why don't we talk about career design and the sort of super IC path that you have right now? And at some point, you mentioned that you don't really love being a marketing leader or like the leadership track, I guess you could say. And you'd like recently transitioned to a head of GTM strategy role. What can you just give like riff on that a little bit? Like, what didn't you like about being the head of marketing? What does your new role include now? And like, do you feel like you're even more effective in this, and why? Like, can you
Yeah.
riff on that a little bit for us, Kevin?
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of things. I think, like many marketers, I started off in maybe not many started off in the ops role, but I started off in ops and I was like worked my way to growth and then like leading demand gen and then like that's a really hot title to move into like a head of marketing role. And so like I just kind of like took that trajectory without like thinking about it much. I was just like, yeah, I just want to keep progressing, keep climbing up the ladder, and have been a marketing lead for the last like 5 years plus, starting with Retool, my time at Retool. And, I was usually at like going from like 0 to 1, which is a fun phase because it's like, you're starting, you're the first marketer, there's product market fit, you're hiring a team. And then you get to this point where, it becomes like, you're a just a coach. You're just like working with all these you're working through a lot of logistics and like building a team. I think going through that a couple times, I was like, I don't know if this is like the best fit for me. And so like in my recent role now, at Common Room, I did the same kind of thing. I started as like pretty much the first like marketing hire. Built out the team, also had to like let go of some people when I joined, which is maybe another tangent. And another thing that I don't like doing, which is another learning. And I think at the beginning point, at like the early stage where you have like a handful of employees, you're still doing like player coach role. I like to be hands on with things, and I like to the employees that I hire's detriment. I like to help out in ways that maybe is not so welcome on their end too. But I just found like we got to the point of scale at Common Room, and I saw this at Retool as well, that just like my day to day is doing things that I don't enjoy doing all that much, which is, I mean, I love the people that I've hired. I mean, I hired them for a reason, but like, I don't love having one-on-ones. I don't like dealing with the SDR team drama. But our SDR team is great, but like there is a lot of drama there, and the SDR team reports in marketing. I don't like doing board updates. I don't like doing internal marketing all that much. I'm just like, hey, we're putting out all this stuff. Like, why are you not remembering it, a sales team? And so I think my CEO, Linda, who's really great to work with, I think she kind of saw all of that and was like, hey, like we should figure this out for you because like you're doing all this stuff that's great, but like I don't think you're, we had to have a leadership kind of conversation. I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Like, I don't want to be in this role. And so he kind of like designed this super IC role for me where, yeah, I do think I'm having more impact, being a super IC. I'm helping out the team. I'm like kind of working off of my own like growth experiment silos. I'm evangelizing a lot about Common Room and the products. And I feel very like comfortable because I'm marketing to people like myself. And that built-in empathy like really goes a long way. So in the last couple of months, I've transitioned from that like marketing lead role of, managing like 12 plus people. And now I'm just managing myself and a few like freelancers and people who are helping me do the things that like the fun things that I want to do and don't have to worry about the marketing things that aren't super fun to me. And so like I think that's a good thing to like for people who are in that, climbing the ladder in that mode of like maybe reflect and be like, do you like doing this or not? And if not, can you try and carve out something else that's different? I feel like it's a luxury. Like not everyone has that optionality, and I'm really really grateful that like I was able to do that with Common Room, and so far it's going great, and I like have a new revived joy for my job. So yeah, it's fun
If I
stuff.
could just say one thing is that I think that I wish more companies operated like that,
Mhm.
because the way that it's set up right now is such a poor incentive structure for people who want to grow their careers. Because a lot of times the only way up is through people management. And like you said, there's many skilled marketers, ops professionals that can drive impact. but they don't like to manage people and they don't like to do updates. And that does a disservice, I think, not just to the person, but I think to the company too.
Yeah, I will say that there are people who like doing that. I can't believe it, but they're like the person we hired loves doing it. Like that's that's great for them, and it's great that there's people who love doing different roles. Like one more thing I would also add to that that kind of mentality, which we've seen even more success with other roles, is we kind of like rethought our sales development representative role, and like our product like helps out that person quite a lot, or that role quite a lot. And so we've started just, well, one, we hired a really great manager in Florin there, but then also like he's brought on people who are just like the all-star talent of SDR team. So like there's a person named Harry. We pay him a good amount. Like he's we pay him outsized salary because he produces outsized results, and like that playbook is working like super well for us. So I really love that we're able to like we saw that and we're able to adapt to it as a company, because I don't think that role like he's providing, Harry for example is providing so much impact. Like he shouldn't be paid like what the base or like decent salaries. Like he should be paid more if that's what he's producing.
Super cool to hear your take on that. Do you attribute like some of the realization that you don't love the people management side because you're a bit more introverted? Do you qualify yourself as more introverted?
Yeah, I am introverted. Like I was at a conference all day yesterday, and I have to go to a conference today. And at the end of the day, after talking to people, I'm just drained. And
Yeah.
I'm like working off coffee, and I'm on coffee right now. So I'm like, I'm up in like active and energetic right now. But it does drain me. But I have like, I don't know if this is a good takeaway or anything like that, but I have learned that if you put yourself in some uncomfortable situations and like get used to things, like it becomes less and less of a burden. And like what I mean by that is, part of my role is actually what we found effective is me sharing stuff on LinkedIn, doing podcasts, doing video stuff, and I am mortified at myself when I'm recording myself doing things. And but I've gotten this positive feedback with like, oh, this is great, like you're like, I've really learned a lot from your demos, keep up this kind of content. And that like positive reinforcement has caused me to be like step out of my comfort zone a little, but then like get comfortable with it. And now it's just like pretty secondhand, and I still get mortified and I still trip up and do a lot of like takes, but it's becoming better, easier, faster. So I know people say like lean into your strong points, but I don't know, in this case like leaning into a weakness has helped out a bit.